If you've been waiting to change your life and watching motivational videos on when to start a business, how to begin starting a business, how to make the change you want to make, how to be who you want to be, then this video is for you. I'm Dom Jackson, Day by Day Media, and this is the 7 Day Scoop Show, my weekly show where I document the process. We build my agency, Day by Day Media, and if you have a venture you're trying to pursue, this is where I document what I'm doing to teach you my stories and what I've learned to help teach and motivate you. If that interests you, definitely hit subscribe. Now, back again in the car, it brings me back to the old vlog days, coming through again. I know last week I didn't record my usual show, had my head shut off for half the video. I know, just looks nuts. But definitely had to get it out there, had to record it. And it got back later than expected to record this one, so I'm doing it in my car right now. The entire time I was, back home, went for graduation, Mother's Day, Chris's birthday, just had a lot of great things to see. And one of the biggest things I think in this game, like the problem is, when do you do more personal stuff versus doing more stuff for your business? And then being okay with the outcome of each thing. That's something that I'm really working on now, because being gone for that much time, obviously on the business side, is like, you could have did X, this network, you found this, da-da-da. But at the same time, I had a whole great set of experience, graduation, a birthday, seeing a whole group of my family on Mother's Day, being around most of the moms in my life at one time, like, incredible experience. May not even have that again anytime soon, if ever, So it's cool to be able to articulate that and say that, because there was a time when I was getting started, like, I need to be working more, I need to do this, which is true. Like, if you want to be at a certain level, you have to match your actions out all the time, which is something I tell myself. But now I'm like, hey, enjoy what you got when you got it, because you may not have the same time. I really think about the time frame between, being super busy and having more of the physical things that I want as far as achievements and that playing that game at a higher level. I won't have the same time I have now to just do something for that long without having to be seriously planned out and 100% thought out and everything set up in place. So, I now appreciate more of the side of the coin that I'm at currently, being in the beginning stages of figuring it out. And I have to constantly remind myself. So, like, the solution of just figuring out what your format of balance is and where you should be at each time is up to you. The thing that I just do, I'm like, all right, if I had to make, like, would it be mad if I missed this? And how can I maximize the amount of time I spend when I'm doing this action? That's my current thought process now on, like, when I should do and not do. Because I'm definitely getting ready to go through a super just lockdown period when I'm only working, and that might be like a couple years too. So that's I'm gearing up for that. So I'm enjoying these while I have them, and then when I'm in that saga, I'll be in that saga. And the next thing that I talked about in a video a while ago, I talked about the changes that you end up making, and like when you try to become what you're trying to become. I think one of the biggest problems that I know I had, that people had, is that when you're trying to become the next version of you, or like in the process of building your thing or where you're trying to go next, you're gonna have to make some changes of who you are and like what things your thought patterns. If you're thinking the same way you were thinking before, you will act the same way you acted before. And the person you're trying to be doesn't think exactly the way the person you were thinks. Your environments change, what things you tolerate change. And going back, I just felt the difference of like my thinking patterns. There were a lot of things where I was just like, oh, why is this happening? Whether it be like jokes people said or things that I was just more aware of or more sensitive to that I didn't think were things before. So it's interesting now, as I make more adjustments of how I maneuver to become closer to the ideal version that I want for me, how the new me is going to fit in the mold or be in the interaction with people that have known me for longer periods of time, just because I'm not going to be the same thing. And I actually felt moments I was like, oh, I'm not the same thing in this anymore, which is fine, because like, this is what I chose to do. This is the path that I chose. But for anybody going through it and changing with it, as someone who's going through it right now, just be ready to have those moments where you're like, what is this? And it's almost like you're like in the Matrix. You're looking around and you're like, why is this what it is? What is happening? Or like, why are people talking to me like this? Or like, why am I getting this kind of treatment? And you'll kind of feel the two yous almost like duke it out in your head, which is interesting. And then sometimes the other one won, and then sometimes the current me won. So it was just like a weird paradigm of, oh shoot, like this is how it's going to be now. And as I'm away from certain things more and come in with a new level and new identity, the old setup for a relationship is not going to be the same. So just like I wouldn't say a warning, because I don't think it's bad. Just like be ready to have everything you know flip, or at least alter in some way, because you're not in the same scenario. Next update is that a lot of the things that I had been trying to get started to come through. So for instance, one of my people that I've been hitting up since December, just mutual friend, finally became a client, got their stuff set up. I got my stuff set up. We ended up rocking and roll. So now we're working together now. Someone I hit up in like January just sent me some stuff to get one of the offers. Agency I have finally started, bringing some cash flow in. So like, these little things finally took some time to get. So you never know how many seeds you're planting that are becoming new things, how long it's going to take for that seed to actually bring something in. So really added me a lot of perspective, like, oh shoot, like this stuff does take time, and you're never even 100% sure what act is going to bring you there. So just make sure that you're ready to do it. Because really just seeing how much time it took to even get certain things set up, that I kind of just, I didn't want to say I gave up on, but I just kind of took it out of my mind. I understand why you have to spend so much time planning Siege and then being ready for the Siege when they happen too, because it's no joke, but I'm ready for it and trying to get better at it. So drop a comment below if you watch the 7 Day Scoop show, if you have anything you like, thoughts, definitely getting them every week no matter what. Now I'll probably put something like this if I ever have a point where I'm really just like not in the place to get it done. But definitely drop a comment below. Tune in next week. As always, take it one step at a time and get there day by day.